It's not cool to just come up to someone and just like, punch them in the head.
He initially held the complainant at gunpoint.
The 19-year-old who admitted to punching strangers at a local park.
Sucker punching people.
Video posted online shows a teen assaulting unsuspecting people
At an area park.
Life in jail for a TikTok. Was it worth it? Today we're going to be looking at the unbelievable story that just took place with a TikToker known as Alfred Lewis, who walked up to an unexpected victim in a park in Texas and sucker punched someone, all for a little bit of fame on TikTok, and is now facing up to 15 years in prison for his actions. An act so dumb that some of the locals reacting to this can't even believe that this actually happened.
That's not cool to just come up to someone and just like, punch them in the head for like no reason, like come on.
Not only did he physically assault an innocent person, but he probably also traumatized him. That dude is a coward. He hit him from behind. That guy never had a chance. Sucker punching someone is so cowardly. This whole city wants him to go to prison. He needs to learn a hard lesson. Before we get into this dumb TikTok story, today's comment shout out. That goes to Angry Eyes. Thank you so much for your comment. If you guys want a shout out in the next video, make sure to leave a comment down below saying, Ablaze, I joined the Discord gang, in the description, and I'll pick one of you for a shout out in the next video. What makes this case so compelling and unbelievably dumb is the fact that Alfred Lewis here ended up sucker punching someone, recorded the whole incident, and thought it would be a bright idea to upload it to TikTok. Yes, let's upload the evidence online for the police. Good thinking. And shortly after this incident, news organizations went up to Alfred Lewis's house to get a statement from him to see if he had learned any of his lessons. He had this amazing quote to tell the news organization after a little bit of time by himself to reflect on his actions.
18-year-old Alfred Lewis admitted he was the teen on video wreaking havoc. In a text, he wrote, quote, "It was a prank. I had no problem with the man. I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was just hanging out with my friend and we did a TikTok. And so, yeah, I didn't mean to harm anybody."
Damn, that's even a quote Gandhi would be proud of.
Wise words.
Shockingly, this whole situation becomes a hell of a lot stupider as a news organization team go in to actually get an interview with the TikToker. And to their surprise and amazement, he actually answers the door to give a statement. He gave this compelling story on the bit that we didn't see. Now, obviously, the only part we saw was him walk up to someone and sucker punch them. But apparently, Alfred Lewis claims that there was another side to the video that we didn't see, as he explains here.
I know, like, from the video, all you see is like the bad part about it, but what people didn't see was that I shook his hand after and how I had gave the man a hug.
Which obviously makes everything okay then. I'm just saying, guys, if you commit any type of crime in the US, as long as you give your victim a hug after the fact and say, JK bro, it was just a prank, 9 times out of 10 you normally let off the hook. Bank robbery gone wrong at the end. You just say, haha, no, I'm just playing guys, that was a prank, XD. The police will normally say something along the lines of, oh you got us good. Now, actually, pretty shockingly with this whole story, it actually gets a hell of a lot darker because Lewis here didn't only sucker punch someone in the head, which is already bad enough, done completely unprovoked, as I'm pretty sure Lewis here got hit in the head a little bit as well, as I don't think he has too many brain cells, as the fact that he took an armed weapon with him as he shot this prank. Like, what was he expecting? If the prank wasn't going to go down well, he would then end up using that weapon to try and correct the situation? The fact that he had to take a weapon kind of comes to the conclusion of how badly planned out this whole TikTok video really was. Now, he explains this right here and talks about he didn't expect for it to go so wrong. He then talks about how his parents are extremely disappointed in him, I wonder why, and that the police are investigating Lewis now for his crimes.
I really didn't expect for it to just go so left, you know?
I told Lewis that law enforcement is investigating the incident, something his mother and father were also aware of.
And your mom's probably disappointed.
Yeah, she is.
Lewis said the harsh reaction to the video will make him rethink his behavior and hopefully be a lesson for others.
Before you go out and you do anything that you feel is bad or that could look bad, make sure like people know or just don't do it at all.
Wow, was that Lewis actually thinking for the first time? That was impressive. It's kind of a shame that he had to go through all of that to realize that, but we got there in the end. Good for him. Now, he appeared in court as they laid out all the things that Lewis did, a kind of breakdown, if you will, and it gets a hell of a lot worse than what we've seen so far.
In this case, he initially held the complainant at gunpoint. Then, when the complainant refused to give up his cell phone, he hits the complainant in the head and puts him in a chokehold. The complainant advised he later saw videos of the crimes on social media. The defendant approached the complainant from behind and hit him in the head. As his co-defendant was filming the crime, the defendants laughed at the complainant when he asked this defendant, "Why are you doing this?" The complainant advised he later saw videos of the crime on social media.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's quite an epic prank. Imagine the fact of walking down the street and suddenly getting attacked by two guys, only for you to later find out they uploaded the evidence to TikTok. They might have been laughing then, but I'm sure they're not laughing now. That has to be one of the dumbest things I think I've heard this year. And hey, I don't think we really react to that many bright people, but these two are certainly not geniuses. Now, Lewis actually appeared in court shortly after the fact. It seems like this whole thing kind of got sped through the legal system rather quickly. I wonder why. Did they have a bunch of video footage or something? I'm not really too sure. Who would have funked it, hey guys? If you upload all the evidence onto TikTok, it makes the courts and the police's job a hell of a lot easier. So maybe for that reason alone, we have to give Dumb and Dumber some credit. They practically did the investigation for them. Genius.
KHOE11 was the only news crew to get video of Lewis as he made his first official court appearance here at the 208. Lewis is charged with aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, a first-degree felony, and assault.
We take these cases extremely seriously at the district attorney's office, and in this case, the facts were particularly troubling. These boys were out at a park where people enjoy outdoors, are exercising, and shouldn't expect to run into any kind of trouble.
Now, I gotta say, I feel like overall, this must have been a pretty easy case for them to come to a conclusion. I mean, they practically recorded the whole thing, only to upload it onto TikTok and giving them video evidence, which probably cut down this whole thing by a lot. But apparently for Lewis, that wasn't the only case that happened. I know we've been watching that one video on repeat where Lewis has been attacking the one guy and then uploading that. But apparently there was actually a separate case on the fact on what Lewis had actually done, where he attacked another person. Now, the more I watch this story, it just seems like more and more seems to come out. And the actual seriousness of this crime, in which Lewis is just digging himself into a massive hole, and no wonder he got such a long sentence in the end. 15 years is what I've heard, to which I'm sure you wouldn't have got if you just sucker punch someone randomly for a TikTok video. As dumb and stupid as that is, that's not the type of crime that lands you that type of time in jail. It's all the other stuff that we're finding out later on that Lewis has done that is really racking up those years in jail now.
Lewis is accused of attacking two men in separate incidents at Wortham Park in Northwest Harris County last Thursday, while prosecutors say another teen filmed the attack on his phone. In one of the attacks, prosecutors say Lewis tried to rob the man of his cell phone at gunpoint and threatened to shoot him in the foot when he refused. They say Lewis then punched and choked the victim.
So yeah, not good stuff. Not really much of a epic prank. Some pretty serious allegations. And I don't understand for the life of me how robbing someone with a weapon is considered a prank. In what world? And may I just add, especially in Texas as well? Really, Lewis? In Texas? My guy, 15 years is starting to sound not that bad. Realistically, you're very lucky that you managed to even leave with your life. This is insane. All for a TikTok video. It's so disappointing to see so many young kids doing anything for a little bit of attention over on TikTok. They will literally do anything for views, likes, and clout that they don't even really think about the consequences. I know we had one case similar in the UK pretty recently, in which, again, it ended up with a TikTok star, if you can even call them that, which, by the way, doesn't sound cool. I'm a TikTok star. Epic. Receiving jail time as well. But Lewis wasn't the only person, as the cameraman was obviously on the police's mind as well. Now, he did later get caught as well. I know there was talks of a warrant for his arrest.
Filming the disturbing video of a friend punching people from behind at a Cypress area park, then posting it all on social media. 18-year-old Kingston Miker made his first appearance at probable cause court late last night. Prosecutors say Miker filmed 19-year-old Alfred Lewis punching random people at Wortham Park, then posting the video online.
But they managed to find the guy that recorded all of this as well, in which I'm pretty sure he was one of the people that also had a weapon.
The defendant recorded his co-defendant while the co-defendant pointed a firearm at the complainant and demanded the complainant's cell phone. When the complainant refused to give up his phone, this defendant pointed a gun at the complainant while his co-defendant beat the complainant.
Big brain moment. So really, they've just ruined their lives. And I don't think they even got that much TikTok fame from it. This isn't necessarily a big story, but one that is extremely dumb. Now, obviously, TikTok has taken down their accounts already, so they gained nothing from this, apart from 15 years behind bars. And I find that quite funny in the fact that any video that they created got taken down, and their account taken down as well. They literally achieved nothing with this, apart from literally ruining their lives. Their life is now ruined. The best years of their life, as they are pretty young by the way, 19 years of age, their best years of their life will now be behind bars. They've ruined it. Then after the fact, trying to get a job after this is probably going to be extremely difficult. Honestly, just all around pretty pathetic. Now, this was actually the punishment for the cameraman as well, who also appeared in court for his crimes.
Conditions include not having contact with his alleged accomplice, the 18-year-old who shot the videos. Lewis also to remain at home between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. He will also wear an ankle monitor. Again, his bond, combined bond for an assault and aggravated robbery charge, $10,100.
In which that bond actually went up by quite a bit, which obviously after hearing more of the things that seem to have come out about this story is understandable.
Yeah, this morning prosecutors asked the court to raise 19-year-old Alfred Lewis's initial $10,000 bond to $30,000 and the judge agreed.
And the judge agreed to raise his bail.
So all of that for a life lesson that Lewis learned. That is not to mess with people. And like he stated earlier, if you guys think of a prank that's pretty epic, in the back of your mind are a little bit concerned that it might be breaking some rules, don't do it. I'm really shocked that my guy had to go through all of this and the next 15 years to really figure that one out. Honestly, just a crazy and wild story, something that I just wanted to share with you guys today. Always so incredibly sad to see TikTokers doing this type of stuff for clout. With that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to hit the like button. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Bye bye.